I originally had a sick idea for the opening of the video. It was going to be an aerial drone shot with me riding Warrior Ritual G4 review in the snow. So that kind of went out the window real quick. I got 2 packages last night. I'm going to pretend like I haven't opened this. This will match with all my other GoPros. Trav, just want to tell you how much I appreciate all your support. You're a great friend. Can't wait to see you. Keep inspiring. Your friend, Rob, from Butt Ends. Much better. If you haven't seen my video on Butt Ends, there's plenty more videos on the channel, so check them out. I used to be just like everybody else, and I hated Warrior. I thought, oh, it's junk, it's trash. And I hate Warrior because I now have to admit on camera that I was wrong. A lot of people think of Warrior Chinese-made junk, it's just knockoff, but you probably expect me to tell you, so this is the best stuff I've ever worn, and I actually mean it. I'm now going to tell you why. Okay, G4s, what is so good about them? I switched for one reason, and one reason only. Cup in the CFL was actually named after Earl Grey himself. So my set of Ritual G4s is a custom set. So from the day I gave Royal Sports in Winnipeg my cash to the day that they arrived in BC was 3.5 weeks. This ferry actually comes in pretty smooth. Almost as smooth as the G4 slide. I've removed the knee cradle, so I'm dropping the strap from the knee cradle down to the calf wing instead. I removed all the buckle straps, but the fact you can change the curvature with the profile lock. The removable palms. Check out the removable palm on here. The old lady's getting fitted for contacts, so I got some time to kill. Is it weird if I'm doing this in the blow dryer section? How's it going?
It's going. How about you?
Beautiful weather out, eh?
Oh, no kidding.
Great vase. The gentleman right there just picked one up.
Did he?
Oh yeah. Have a great day.
Oh, you too.
And just like that, even at Costco, the removable palm comes out in seconds. So excuse me, I'm gonna go sample some food. As important as it is for you and I from time to time to take a shower and get clean, it's equally as important to keep your equipment clean. So let's be honest, that shit stinks. This is what you think of when you think of washing your gear. So since I gotta wash these things while we're at it, I figured I might as well do some laundry as well. On top of the regular hockey stuff. Ow, my foot. I got hit with a GoPro. It's called tow truck.
Mommy's taller meter, but without the
While we wait for the block and glove palm to dry, let me show you some of the cool stuff about this gear. Everybody's clean and nobody's complaining about the smell. Just like that, blocker is back together. The way you put the palms in changes things up slightly, but you can buy specific palms for different degrees. So I think they're about 75 bucks for each. So instead of spending $2,000 on 3 different catch angle gloves at CCM or Brian's, you can spend 200 bucks and you get all the different gloves. They have narrowed out the tee from years past, so this is a lot narrower. One thing I was really bugging Warrior about was I wanted like a floating anchor tee for my Brian's glove. They won't do a floating tee. This is better, but I would like to see a legit Anchor T. Like pads, like I mentioned earlier, there's air slides, so these little grooves I got in here. There's no special sliding material. There's no material outsourced from some bush out in China. And in all seriousness though, they didn't have to go find some crazy material. They just used a little bit of common sense. Less materials, less friction, faster slide. Why make the pad more expensive with a fancier material when you can just take away the material you have already and make it slide faster? It's hard for me to make a fair assessment what slides better, the 1S slide with the Cortex skin or the air slide, because it's been, well, at the time of getting the G4s, it was over a year since I was in the 1S, so it's kind of hard to make that comparison. But I do think these slide just as good as the 1S. I mean, just imagine if they added a super slippery material on top of the cutout ridges. Like, I can't imagine how fast this stuff will slide. Like, it's crazy. So your pad is gonna be something like this, I guess, on the post. And this creates that tight seal down there, which helps. I have found it to help a few times, which is a couple less goals. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind cutting it out completely. It has a bunch of lacing in there, so I don't see why I couldn't cut it off. But to be honest, I'm not feeling that adventurous, at least right now. This looks like a pretty open leg channel, but with the way it just wraps around your leg, it's like you have an open leg channel that's tight. It gives you the rotation of it being an open channel, but it gives you the feel because everything is so tight around your leg, which is awesome. I dropped my knee strap below the calf. I found that opened up things a lot. And the one thing that I don't like about most pads when you drop the strap down to the calf is that there's not enough pull to really bring the curve in of the pads, at least closer to the 5-hole. I found my 5-hole has been better, and you can look at film if you want to be judge for yourself. The profile lock though, it helps, you can curve the pad in, have it totally straight, whatever you want. So it's like you're getting the best of both worlds. Like Pete Smith, the guy who's making this stuff, is a genius. You show me a lighter pad than this, I will show you a liar. There's nothing on the market that is lighter than these. As far as graphic goes, you're probably thinking this is a hybrid pad or a hybrid G4 because of the retro graphic. The thing that's really awesome about the G4s, you can get the stock graphic with like the iceberg kind of looking stuff, or you can get a retro graphic. Same pad does not change up one bit. Okay, pads. Okay, so totally flat seal. I can drop them from about 4 feet in the air and they'll still drop flat, but I don't feel like getting the camera up that high. So this will do. Blocker is the only part of the lineup where I have a couple issues. I wish the blocker was like a lot thinner, like the way like the 1S or like Brian's blocker is. Like with being how thin it is, it just gives you so much more wrist mobility. And that's one more thing. I do want some more wrist mobility out of here. I consider like the Warrior blocker to be similar to like a CCM. And I always found the CCMs were kind of bad for wrist mobility. Rebounds do pop off hard, but like I said, a couple improvements need to be made to the blocker for the G5 coming up. You don't need to buy a glove with a practice palm. It comes with a practice insert up here in the wrist. And you can also put one in the palm down here. So you can get a game glove, you put the little piece in, you get a practice glove, you take it out, now it's a game glove. They're saving people so much money. I am disappointed with how soft these have gotten, even though they're a butterfly pad. Warriors, or at least the G4 is kind of becoming more known for a pad that breaks down super quickly. It's been 6 months since I've gotten them. They haven't broken down as fast as maybe other people's have, also because I'm not playing as much as I'd like to this season. I do wish they would hold their stiffness a little bit more. I love those long, hard rebounds. I hope you enjoyed this 6-month update review on the G4s. Now the folks at Sideline Swap and myself have something very important to tell you. Roll the film. If you're looking to buy new gear online, there's no place better than Sideline Swap. Sideline Swap has the best deals online. You get a prepaid shipping label, so it don't cost you a dime if you're the seller. A little more cash in your pocket, and it's secure. You pay me, the seller, and until you tell them that you're satisfied with your purchase, they don't get to collect the money, and if you're not happy, you get a refund. Go to sidelineswap.com. I will see you next week. Actually, no, I lied to you. We're doing 2 videos a week now, so I'll see you in like 3 or 4 days.
The removable palm system in here. We don't have to order them pre-curved at any level, but the profile lock basically roll on Velcro. We can roll them down and lock them into place. The last big feature I love about them, they weigh nothing.